Alright, so this is DK Spencer. This is my Tractor Supply mini Jeep made by Massimo. And it's got a little problem with it. So, and I thought it was the ignition, so I actually replaced that, but it didn't fix it. So what the problem is, well, I'll show you. So with the key turned on, if the battery's connected, starts, but the starter will not quit turning unless you disconnect the battery. Now, it'll run just fine. You can cut the switch off and it'll cut off. So I figure starter solenoid, right? So yeah, let's figure out how to fix that. Alright, so the first thing you want to do for safety, in which we've already done it because, you know, that's the only way to get the starter to quit turning over anyway, but make sure your battery's disconnected. And then cut off your fuel, which is underneath here. So turn your stopcock around, cut that off, and we're going to take this off. We're dealing with a 10 millimeter and a 5 millimeter. So 10 millimeter nut on the back and 5 millimeter here. And we're going to remove that. I'm going the wrong way. So there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take all 4 of those out. And I'm not going to put you through that. Now, I joke in my less lethal videos about using Harbor Freight tools. This is kind of in between a car and less lethal, so we're going to use mid-grade Craftsman's on this. Alright, so all 4 bolts are out. So now we're going to gently pick this guy up. Alright. And I'm probably... might just gently, I don't like that over the battery. We'll put it right here. Probably would be best to take the battery completely out at this point. Of course, the positive terminal's way down there. I mean, you know, the cable, but the terminal is right here. Not much chance anything's going to hit it, but still. I believe I will go ahead. Yeah, I think that'd be smart. Okay. Put the screw back in so we don't lose the little block in there. And go ahead and get this scary little guy out of the way. Probably overly cautious, but it's the right thing to do since we're doing a how-to video. Alright, so now we can get to stuff and noise. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, the part we're needing to replace is down in here. It was actually hard to even see. Actually, I'm sorry, it's right here. It was actually hard to even see with the gas tank on. I was like, man, where's this thing? But right there, there's your solenoid. And I'm pretty sure this is the culprit. And that just slides off. It's got these little rubber pieces that just slide off. And then, let's see if you guys can see this. Well, I'll tell you the easiest way to do it. You're just going to trace this line back and you're going to see that it's zip tied like that. So cut the zip tie that's holding that, and then you can just unplug it. Alright. I'm going to assume that that's a 10 millimeter as well. Yep. So remember your positives on this side. Just kind of remember, take a picture, whatever. Alright, let me get this guy out the way. Alright, so I'll put a link to this little part. This is your starter solenoid relay. So we're going to simply put it back like it was. Tighten that guy back down. Go ahead and put your cap over it to protect everything. Well, this cap sure do fit weird. Or maybe not. Alright. We're going to plug the new one in to the wiring harness. Yeah. And we're going to zip tie, well, we're going to put it back on this little holder here, just like so. I jacked that up. Gotta go under those wires. Right. There we go. Actually re-zip tie reaching through back here under the dash. See my hand? Oh. Okay, so we'll do that in a second. Let's do the important stuff. So I'm going to do the reverse. I'm going to put the gas tank back on. Not the complete reverse, because I'm not going to put the battery back in until I have the gas tank back on. So I'm going to do that real quick. I won't make you suffer through that. So one thing I am going to do, just because this is, you know, the part that's supposed to fix it, but it's not a direct exact OEM part. So the rubber cap is actually a lot bigger than the other one. So I am going to put a zip tie on there to hold that cap on to protect the terminals. That should do it. Okay, now we'll bolt that guy back on. Make sure you got your stopcock on the right side and you can flip it around. I don't think you could, but whatever. And 4 bolts back. Okay, so put the gas tank back in. 4 bolts, pretty self-explanatory. Don't over tighten them. There's a lot of nuts on the back, so you don't need to. They seem like they're pretty cheap. So here's the moment of truth. So I hooked up the negative cable of the battery. I went ahead and put the battery back in, put the strap back on. Here's a moment of truth. Now, this don't guarantee it's going to work and start, but at least if I hook this cable up and it doesn't try to turn over just from that, we're probably in good shape. Alright, I believe we may have done it, y'all. Okay. Get your little protective covers over there. Do not forget to cut your fuel tank back on. I've got to actually I'm going to put the original ignition back in because this one don't really fit in the hole right. It's not long enough. But we'll test it with this one. Beautiful. Alright, good times. I'll put a link to the part, and make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of air gun shooting, less lethal stuff, explosions, and other fun stuff. And stuff like this too, but not as much as I do, you know, stuff that hurts you. Alright guys, it's DK Spencer. See y'all later. Daddy? Looks like somebody's ready to ride.